Librarians across the region are fully informed on Aruba's green education. Plus, in today's lifestyle segment, we take a look at some incredible World Cup facts. And could folklore music be protected if it became contemporary? Judge for yourself. 15 on 15 starts right now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. At the recent annual Accurate Research and Library Conference, it was determined that Aruba is in the forefront when it comes to educating the future generations on sustainability. Hope is for other islands to adopt Aruba's green education plan and implement it to their system. This would ultimately lead the Caribbean region further into sustainability.
I will say it's extremely important for Aruba to participate at these kind of conferences. In this case, the Accurate Conference in the Bahamas. It was the 44th annual Accurate Conference. And it's important for the National Library of Aruba to tell the librarians about the projects we have at the National Library of Aruba. One of these projects is the Green Education Project. This is the third year in a row, that the National Library of Aruba with the other stakeholders organized the Green Education Symposium for almost 2,000 students and teachers of the secondary schools and higher education in Aruba.
At these conferences, stakeholders are able to exchange information with one another. However, taking in the information is one thing, applying it is quite another.
The idea in going to these conferences is good because you can share knowledge, experiences, what your library is doing, and people like that. And you come back to Aruba, to your island, with new ideas. And it is the intention to implement these ideas. And that's what we are doing. So it's really an added value to go to these international conferences.
Aruba's representatives at the Accurate conferences has time and time again made it known that this island is making an impact in the world of green education.
I know that, for example, the States, they are doing a lot regarding sustainability and green education. That's why I told Mrs. Britton, director, to begin with the Green Education Symposium, because we must move in that direction also. As you know, Aruba is a trendsetter regarding sustainability, and education is a very important part of this mega project. So the National Library of Aruba is trendsetter right now, and we must be showcased to the Caribbean, but also to the world. Why not?
Something interesting that the library associates disclosed from their trip to Bahamas was the information they received regarding the development within the island's tourism industry. Chinese investors are putting in $3 billion in the island's hotel sector, calling the new infrastructure Bahamar. So this could potentially be competition for Aruba, so we should look out for that. In other local news, the hospital had recently added a charge when patients insist on emergency assistance, when physicians advise that the condition they have is not an emergency and that it can be handled by their house doctor. The 159 florins added charge was not approved by the government or parliament. Hospital staff sees a common trend on the island where patients are under the impression that any small injuries or conditions should be taken a look at the emergency room. This accumulates and causes a big holdup. The hospital decided to advise patients who they assess are not in need of immediate treatment to go to their house doctor. However, if the patient insisted on being checked, they then informed them of a charge of 159 florins. The Minister of Health, Dr. Alex Schwengel, has asked the supervising board of the hospital to revise this new procedure and eliminate the charges. The Minister of Health says it was an abrupt decision on behalf of the hospital. A charge like this cannot be implemented without the consent of the government, as well without informing the general public. And when we come back, we'll turn our attention towards the World Cup. Stay with us. Welcome back from the break. Did you know that the Netherlands is the only nation to reach 3 World Cup finals and not win 1 World Cup title? Here are 31 other facts regarding each of the country who made it to play in Brazil.
Hey, Here are 32 awesome facts about the 32 nations competing at World Cup 2014 in Brazil. Brazil has not lost a competitive home game since 1975. That's an unbeaten streak of 57 straight matches. Spain holds the record for the most consecutive competitive games undefeated with 29. The Netherlands is the only nation to reach 3 finals and not win a single title. Cameroon has the most World Cup appearances of any African nation. Iran's odds of winning the World Cup are 2,500 to 1. Switzerland is the last team to beat Spain at the World Cup. Nigeria's president almost banned his team from playing after a disappointing World Cup. Josip Simonic was handed 3 yellow cards in a single game. Ecuador retired Christian Chuco Benitez's number 11 jersey following his sudden death last year. Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the top players in the world. He's also named after former President Ronald Reagan. Germany's Miroslav Klose is 2 goals shy of becoming the World Cup's all-time leading goal scorer. Italy's Mario Balotelli was once a fire safety ambassador in Manchester. Frank Ribery is nicknamed Scarface because of scarring he received as a child. Shinji Kagawa and Hiroshi Kiyotaki once beat 55 schoolchildren in a soccer game by themselves. Uruguay striker Luis Suarez's nickname is El Pistolero. Brothers Colo and Yaya Toure will play together at a 3rd World Cup. Edin Dzeko is known as the Bosnian Diamond. Argentina's Lionel Messi is 5'7" with 37 international goals. Compatriot Diego Maradona is 5'5" with 34 international goals, 1 World Cup title and 1 religion. Romelu Lukaku has his own internet meme. Ghana's Kevin Prince Boateng and Germany's Jerome Boateng are half-brothers. Mexico's Javier Hernandez was not only the fastest man at the World Cup in 2010, but his nickname, Chicharito, is Spanish for Little P. Random, yet true. Algeria conceded the goal that put US through to the round of 16 in 2010. Greece's Socrates Papastathopoulos' last name can't fit on the back of his jersey. Jeff Hurst is the only player to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final. Australia is nicknamed the Socceroos. The under-17s is the Joeys. Chile once qualified for the World Cup when the Soviet Union refused to take to the pitch. South Korea conceded the fastest goal in World Cup history. Colombia's coach Jose Peckerman used to be a taxi driver. Russia's Oleg Salenko scored the most goals in a World Cup match, 5. Costa Rica's Joel Campbell bought 100 packets of World Cup stickers, hoping to find himself. He couldn't. Jerry, Johnny and Wilson Palacios were the first trio of brothers on the same World Cup team. Finally, Landon Donovan has scored more World Cup goals than Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi and Wayne Rooney combined. We couldn't make this stuff up. See you in Brazil.
On that note, we will be right back. Take a look to see what is coming up next. Now, folkloric music isn't everyone's cup of tea, but if updated and modernized, could it regain popularity? A local artist has remixed a folkloric oldie, making it contemporary with the hopes of protecting folklore music. This is the folkloric version of Banquita. Have a listen. And this is the revised version that a local artist has put a new twist on. The message of the song goes along with the revision of the new tune. The lyrics refers to protecting folkloric music, and that is what Gerald Clabdina is doing.
Well, this project we did it in 1 week by fusing, let's say, both genres, and then just experimenting, just looping, changing sounds, cutting the tracks, till we found a final after a week that we were, let's see, my colleague and I were just actually happy with it.
The talent has future plans to add a contemporary twist to more folkloric songs. His next challenge is to tackle Aruba's Dande.
Due to the reaction we get, not for only local folks, but also internationally, we got a lot of reaction because this tune is also played in the Dutch radios, in France, in Spain, because it just goes through one network. And through the tremendous reaction we got about it, so it's inspired us, to bring more stuff. So at this moment we are trying to experiment with Dande because we have a lot of Dande tunes, especially old Dande tunes, to get a concept, to get a structure, to understand it better.
The musician does advise that not every song can be revised in whatever way they wish to do it. There are certain rules of thumb as well as guidelines to follow in order to make it right.
Every musician thinks that, okay, you hear a tune, you can just play it. But there's more to that because there's a concept, there's rhythmic patterns, there's a lot of stuff that has to be actually respected before you play it. And it's a matter of know the concept, and then when you know it, you can start experimenting with it. You can know exactly what to take out and what to put in, etc., etc. So the next goal is to go more specific in something like we did with this Bonairean tune. Now we're going to Aruba with Dande.
You can find Gerald's Fusion Mix on iTunes or basically anywhere on the internet. That is it for us today. We'll be back here on Thursday night starting at 7:15 p.m. with all the latest in lifestyle topics. Probably will be on the World Cup and with the latest on the island. We'll see you then.